Let's continue with a couple more examples of solving absolute value equations. Remember that the absolute value is the distance from 0. So let's take a look at our next problem here. We have an operation outside of the absolute value here. We have a division by 8, so I'm just going to multiply both sides of my equation by 8. It's a positive number, so it's not going to affect my inequality sign here. I'm just going to do that multiplication. I get the absolute value of 9 plus k is less than 16. If I look at my handy-dandy little figuring out number line with 0, and my absolute value is less than 16, so it's within 16 of 0. 16 away from 0 can be found at positive and negative 16. I know that my quantity 9 plus k is within this distance. It is less than 16 from 0. So now I can set up my equations, and since I'm going to form a segment here, my equations are going to form an AND statement. I'm going to move over here where I have some space. Right, 9 plus k is greater than negative 16, and 9 plus k is less than 16. Subtract 9 from both sides. I have k is greater than negative 25, and k is less than 7. So I can write that all together as one statement. Negative 25 is less than k is less than 7. And there's my statement. And then I can grab my larger ink size, but not yet because I don't have equal to, so I better set the ends here. Negative 25 is going to be right around here, and 7 is going to be right around here, and I need to connect these guys with a nice solid line, but not including the endpoints where I have my open circles. So that's problem 3, and just one more problem to go. Once more, I have something outside my absolute value sign that I'm going to need to work on first. So we're going to subtract 10 here from both sides, and I'm just going to sneak it in up there because we've done this before now a few times. So I have the absolute value of 6 plus a is greater than 7. That tells me on my handy-dandy figuring out number line that 6 plus a is going to be more than 7 away. So more than 7, and since it needs to be more than 7 away this way, it could also be less than negative 7. So I can set up my equations now. And let's make sure that's a 6 plus a. 6 plus a is going to be less than negative 7, or these don't join to form a segment, so it must be one or the other. 6 plus a is greater than 7. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. I get a is less than negative 13, or subtract 6 over here, a is greater than 1. So I have my answer here, and I just need to put it on my number line. I have negative 13 right about here, and 1 right about here. We're going off to the side, so let's grab a nice fat color, and off we go this way, and off we go that way, and there we go. We have our final graph done. So I hope this helps you remember how to set up and solve your absolute value inequalities.